Hi everyone, I'm Nick, a former Amazon bar raiser, and today I'll answer the question how many different Amazon open job positions you can apply for at the same time without this being held against you. The answer to this question really depends on where you are in your Amazon candidacy process. What stage of the entire process are you in? There's roughly 3 stages. Stage 1 comes at the very beginning of your Amazon interview process. At this point, you could apply for as many as half a dozen, maybe even slightly more positions without this being a problem at all. There's a couple of things to consider at that point. One, you should apply for these positions via a referral by somebody who already works for Amazon. We've discussed this on previous episodes. Also, you should make sure that these positions are somewhat related, that their functional focus is somewhat related. You could apply for perhaps a product management role, a business development role, maybe a TPM role. Just make sure that there's some relation across these positions. Maybe not super tight, but for instance, don't apply for an art job, for example, on the one hand, and a corporate business development job on the other. Make sure that there's some thread across these positions. And lastly, don't be afraid to apply for jobs that are dispersed geographically. In this work from home world we live in this remote work world we live in, it's quite okay to apply for jobs which are based even outside of where you currently reside. We've discussed this before again. Boldly apply for those jobs if you like the position and the challenge ahead of you. So that's stage 1. Then stage 2 in the process comes when one of these teams that you've applied with has expressed interest in you, and you start marching through the Amazon interview funnel. At that point, a recruiter will reach out and book a phone screen with you, then a phone/video screen with the hiring manager, so on and so forth. So when you get to that second stage, when one of these jobs bites, then it's advisory not to apply for additional roles, because you want to make sure that you express how serious you are for this role and how passionate you are for the role. So at that point, I would stop applying for new roles. I would also tell the recruiter of the interested team that you have applied for a few other roles as well in parallel. And Amazon might even arrange multiple different teams to interview you in the same interview loop. So that's stage 2. In stage 3, the final stage comes in the event if Amazon decides, unfortunately, not to hire you. At that point, it makes sense to start applying for other roles as well, but not as many as in stage 1. I would say maybe 2, 3, 4 jobs that you can apply for at the same time, and also make sure that the functional focus of these roles is clustered somewhat even more closely to the interview loop you've just had with Amazon. So again, to recap, stage number 1 is when you apply originally at Amazon. You can apply for a number of roles there at the same time without this being a problem. Stage 2 comes when one of these roles expresses interest with you and you start marching through the interview process. And stage 3, in the event that you are not hired by Amazon, you can start applying for multiple roles again, but make sure that those are closely related to the interview loop you've just had. I hope this is helpful. Look us up on amazonbound.today. Send us questions of any kind. Best of luck. You got this. Bye.